Well, hello there, everyone. Figured now would be a good time to do a channel update because there's some new stuff coming, and my posting has been a little spotty. So first off, just another thank you. The channel is almost at 5,000 subs, which is pretty cool to me, especially considering I'm not the best about posting. So yeah, seriously, thank you. That being said, a lot of my time is taken up by game dev for multiple projects, and my personal life has gotten a little bit more busy over the past half a year or so. But I want to dedicate more time and energy to this channel, because obviously you guys are liking it, and a lot of you guys have been very nice to me. You've said very nice things to me, and have shared how much you appreciate these videos. So yeah. So that being said, I have a Patreon now. In the very near future, I'll probably do an actual Patreon video. But yeah, it's up right now, and it's got a couple different tiers. I just set it up, but you know, it'll be the standard stuff. You know, you can just be like a regular supporter and get your name in the credits of the video. Then there's a tier where you can get early videos and you can vote on future videos. And then there's another one where you can actually get the project file downloads and like the art assets and the vocal shoutouts at the end of videos, all that stuff. And with the Patreon, the better it does, the more frequently I can dedicate time to making videos on the channel. And yeah. The Patreon also kind of supports my game dev stuff. It kind of just supports my general well-being since I'm a very poor boy. But it is mostly focused at this YouTube. Yeah, a few people have asked me about this, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do it. I was going to wait until after Starcade was out, but as you might have noticed, if you're paying attention, that's taking a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. Mostly just because clearly I'm not very good at estimating completion times. But the bigger reason is I had to dedicate more time to Rose of Starcross at a point, because I was sort of adding some Rose of Starcross stuff back into Starcross Starcade. And basically that took a while, and I added a couple more bosses and stuff. So no snags development-wise, just I had to shift priorities once again. Also, that is one of the Patreon perks in one of the higher tiers, is getting any games that I make. And yeah, there's a couple other perks too. Like I probably put it on screen. That's actually a good idea. I put it on screen, so me explaining this right now, it's kind of pointless. But anyways, yeah. In terms of the super immediate future, I have another small video planned that I'll probably get done in the next week or so. That's just kind of explaining how I do sound effects in my games. Not how I make the sound effects, but how I implement them into the game. And I think it's a pretty good system that people should enjoy. But it's also just a simple video that I can make quickly. Like I said, right now, it's obviously hard for me to dedicate a ton of time to making new videos because some of them take a really long time to make. And they all take, you know, a good amount of prep work and bug testing and all that stuff. But anyways, that's super soon. And then probably after that, my next video series will have to be like a series, and will probably be something bigger again, kind of like the original RPG series. And like I said, that's going to be a feature on the Patreon, is voting on what those series are going to be. So what'll probably happen is I'll probably put up 2 or 3 options for patrons to vote on, and then we'll kind of see from there. This first one I'll probably just have to pick it myself, since I probably won't have any patrons for a minute. But yeah, so after that you'll be able to vote, like, is the next one going to be like a platformer, or maybe like a Zelda-style game? I've gotten a lot of requests for turn-based combat, which is a pretty complicated topic, especially because turn-based combat does not really mean the same thing across games. Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, the Mario RPG games, and the Toby Fox games are all technically turn-based games, but they are all very different in the way they function, like super different. They almost aren't even the same genres anymore. So it's going to require a little bit of planning and stuff, and I think I want to do that turn-based series after I have put out Starcade. That one, because it will be bigger and a little bit tougher to plan for, I am going to wait until after Starcade for that one. But that shouldn't be too long from now. It really shouldn't. But yeah, anyways, we'll see how it all goes. This should help me be a lot more active on the channel. And yeah. Oh, and another thing that I wanted to mention and sort of talk about, I think I maybe mentioned this at the very end of my last update video, but I thought about it more. This will mostly just depend on how well the Patreon does, which would mean, you know, how much time I can dedicate to the channel. But other videos that I would like to make would be more specifically game design focused. So not necessarily programming and stuff, but kind of talking about what I believe are good practices in game design, and using other games as like an example and stuff like that. A more theoretical style video. And those would mostly just, like, you know, supplement the actual programming stuff. But yeah, because then I could talk about some games that I like, and what I think works about them, and like what kind of lessons you can learn from them. I think that would be pretty cool. But like I said, that would definitely be more once everything is a lot more stable. Once I have more time and once I've made more videos that are actually doing the Game Maker stuff. I think those would be pretty good like companion pieces. But anyway, that's just me thinking out loud. That one's not set in stone yet. So yeah. Another thing I did is really recently there was a little game jam that I participated in, mostly with the hopes of winning some money, which I did not. But I made basically just a little arcade game over the course of, like a week or so, and it's called Curse of the Moondial, and you can actually just play it off of the Opera GX browser if you already have that. And if you don't, that's all you need to download, because otherwise, like I said, you just play it on the browser. So if you want to play that, then there's a link below. I might do a little video discussing it at some point, because it was kind of fun to make. I'd never done a game jam or anything like that, so the constraints were kind of fun and cool. Yeah, if you want to give that a go, it's in the description. Like I said, it's free. Just play it in your browser. But I think that's it. So yeah, thank you once again. Definitely check out the Patreon. Give it a once over. And I'll be back with more videos soon. Okay. Bye-bye now.